I'll try not to go off on one.
All right. Hi. Could you please give a small introduction about yourself? So your nationality, name, maybe if you work or something.
So my name's Robin. Robin, 29. Use he, him, and his. From England, born and raised in a town called Stroud, and I'm a full-time, I'm a full-time activist. So I'm mainly doing like radical education projects, like did a lot of environmental, like climate activism and different bits and bobs. But yeah, now I just spend all my time trying to cause a revolution.
No, that's cool. So
That's my thing.
what do you think about this event?
This one,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's cool. It's really well organized. It brings together loads of people. I think it has an attempt to do sustainability stuff. I know they do that, like green pieces and that kind of thing.
Well, that kind of brings it to my next question. Like, what efforts do you see about what Windmill's trying to do in terms of sustainability? Have you seen anything that stands out, or?
I mean, they put their little things up in the toilet and they do all of that kind of stuff. I mean, the whole point is that any event like this is like inherently going to be like really heavy on if you're looking at it through like a carbon lens, like it just is, because like I drove here and we had 4 people in the car, which is like one, I could have come on the train, but that was too expensive. So it's like one of the most like environmentally friendly ways of getting here, but it's still like we fucking drove for like 11 hours and burnt like 80 litres of petrol. And it's just one of the things. I mean, the place that it's difficult for me is just that it creates a dynamic that's like it's not elitist, but it's like you need a bunch of money to play frisbee at this level. And that's something that frisbee's kind of stuck in. And so it's really great when you have these amazing tournaments, but it's like the kind of people who come here is quite self-selecting, and it's quite like, so in terms of like the sustainability of the sport, I'm like, the only thing that's really sustainable is like grassroots community shit. Like I organise a load of stuff in my hometown, and it's like, I walk to frisbee and I do my stuff and all that kind of jazz. So I just think everyone should be having a riot about the state of the environment the whole time. This is kind of my time off. But even then, that feeling of like you want, I don't know, you're bringing together all these folks from all over the world. Like this is all of the young folks who are like the young, generally a bit lefty, middle classes of Europe. And you definitely could have more political conversations about the environment.
For sure.
Just in a sense of, and I know things about like the green, whatever they're called, the green bids. And that people kind of, the word on the street is that people slightly fudge their green bid things. So they'll have like one person cycle here, and then they'll say they're all going to cycle there, and the rest of them fly.
I see.
At times, and those kind of pieces. So I don't know. I mean, it's hard. It's like people are coming here to play frisbee and not sign up for a sustainability workshop. This conversation flying folks from all over the world for a weekend. Is just like an incredibly high cost situation.
To be honest, when I came here, I didn't know I thought it was only going to be Dutch teams. So I was surprised when I came.
I mean, we've got teams here from like
Sweden. And I'm from Sweden, so.
I mean, there's teams from Canada.
I saw.
US, teams from
Czech
South
Republic,
America,
Australia even.
Yeah. Like real big distances.
It kind of leads me into my final questions. What are some positive experiences you've had? What are some positive experiences you have experienced from events trying to be sustainable? So let's say have you been to a really sustainable event where you're like, wow, they're doing everything like pinpoint, or has there been an event specifically where you thought, wow, this is really sustainable? If anything rings a bell.
Not really.
No.
And I think that's part of that. For me, there's like the difficulty is that events are never meant to be like never meant to be the sustainable part of like what communities do. If you think about it, it's like if we were living in a small village, it's like we don't have a massive feast every day
No.
or a big party.
Yeah.
Because that's not the sustainable part of what we do.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes
and
sense.
so it's about how is it embedded. And my problem is that you can try and make this tournament sustainable by doing these little pieces and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something about like admitting the tournament isn't going to be, and doing the education that then feeds into the rest of people's lives is the big thing. Because otherwise it doesn't, you know. It's like
Doesn't make sense.
you have to do it every day, and you have to live in different ways, and we have to organise that kind of stuff. And judging it on like a really high energy, bringing loads of people together for a weekend thing,
Yeah.
it's like you can't make it sustainable if you're flying folks in from all over the world.
That's the question, right?
And the point is then it's like, well, what can you do outside of that to mean that you have the budget left, if that makes sense,
Yeah,
to
no.
be able to do that?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I don't know that is the case, considering we're living in a burning world, getting ever hotter all the time.
Yeah. Well.
You know, and I think it's one of the. I think, you know, I don't know. I could get into a very deep political
No.
conversation, but it's one of the conversations that Wimmo does try and have, which is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it shouldn't be like separated from the other conversations that, and they are trying to have them. You know, like the gender equity stuff, stuff about, you know, racialization and the fact Frisbee's still like super white and all these kind of things. Like they're all included.
Yeah.
Because if, like, if you look at the world, it's like here we've generally got a bunch of like rich white people flying somewhere for a like really exciting, fun weekend. But the output of that, the effect of that, is going to be felt by our black and brown families around the world who are living in, you know, whatever, on the front lines, climate collapse and all that kind of jazz. And that kind of piece, but the problem is like it's a festival atmosphere, and you know, everyone tells me I'm a downer when I bring these kind of things. So.
Yeah, well, these conversations need to be had for sure, though. We can't just, you know, it's good to have these conversations anyway. All right, I think that brings it end to the interview. I want to thank you so much.
Because otherwise you've got to listen to it.
Yeah, no, it's for my teacher anyway.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.